So, the Mormon church is like chocolate. It's like chocolate. We live in a weird world. The Mormon church is like every other. Okay, I gotta get this out. Like every other org, every other organization in this world. In our time, in 2018, every organization is like putting out the image that they can help you, and that they do help you, and that they do help other people. And that's kind of the illusion, because you personally haven't really felt like the organization's helped you, but you keep hearing stories about other people. It's like, well, there's people out there who have been helped. Alma the Younger and Joseph Smith and your neighbor, but everybody feels like that. Everybody feels like, it's like with vaccines or the government. Well, I know people out there, I know people are being helped by the government, but I'm not. They're taking away from me, actually. The government just steals people's money. And it's almost like everything that has happened up until now is it is pretending to be helping, or it's pretending to be a good family. But I do this with myself, and we even do this with ourselves as individuals. But I think some of that's okay, in the sense of like, we haven't been human for very long. So the whole Mormon idea of this being a test, I didn't have a problem with that. But now I realize, like, I think I gotta get this light off here. But now I realize that having this be a test doesn't really make sense. I mean, sure, it can be a test of like, will you be a murderer or will you be a nice guy? Okay, sure, but there's so little time, and there can be so many constraints that it doesn't really make sense of being a test for a lot of people. But I do agree with one thing, is that it's a place of suffering. But, it's like vaccines are like this illusion. It's like, it's helping everybody. It's helping so many people, but you yourself never experience any benefits from vaccines. You get the flu vaccine and you still get the flu. You get the flu vaccine or the shingles vaccine and it paralyzes you or whatever. So the Mormon church can be like that in the sense of like, we are good for you. We keep you moral. And it's like, okay, like, we make sure that you don't have sex until you're married. To me, I would say that's like the purpose of the Mormon church. Like, I don't know what other purpose there is of the Mormon church. Like, you don't have sex until you're married, and then you stay loyal once you're married. But other than that, it's a lot of meetings and give your money, go to the temple, but everything else doesn't really do anything for you as an individual. It's kind of this cycle where it's kind of this cycle where we focus on sex and then once we're of age, then we start teaching other people to not have sex until they're married, starting with our own children. So the Mormon church is pointless. It wastes a lot of time and it's pointless. It has there's too much of a negative benefit than a positive. So if you take the positive, which is like, okay, be kind, don't have sex with anyone outside of marriage, that's pretty much it. But it's all the other stuff is draining and everything in this world is corrupt. And everything in this world wastes time and life. And the Mormon church is no different. It's wasting your time and your life. It's taking away, think about this, it's taking away your 18 and 19 years of life. It's taking 10% of your income. So if you make 100K or 200K in 20 or 30 years, you will have given enough away to have a retirement. And so the church is like the government. You have these entities in life that are taking away life and time. And it seems to be, I wonder if this is what is part of being a human, is giving away your life and time. And every group, religion, and in the modern time, it's corporations, take away life and time. And it seems to me that in this age of corporation, that sorry, I don't know where I can put this. Maybe if I go like that. Hold on. Sorry. Anyway, so it seems that it's so much waste, and it's like we are trained to consume groups. We are trained to consume. So in a way, being in the church, we consume the church. Partake, consume, go to sacrament, go on a mission, consume the mission, eat the mission, take part in it. But we are deceived in a eternal level, in a cosmic level, that we are wasting time. We are deceived because we don't see that. We don't see that we are wasting life and energy. Think of it like food. Now, if you've had a chronic illness, you'll understand this better than if you've always had good health. But when you eat something, you are only thinking of the benefits. It makes you feel good. It takes away hunger. So even if it was just those two things, even if it just took away hunger and made you feel good, those two things could seem to be a complete understanding of the thing. But you don't understand that it's taking away life because of how much energy is expended from your life. You only have so much life energy in your whole life. I don't know if it's within your body or if it just gradually comes into your body throughout life. What I mean is you have a certain amount of life or energy that you're going to expend in your life, and it's already there. See, we're kind of deceived when it comes to food and energy. We tend to think of it as energy comes from food, and it does, but not really. So when you eat, especially if you eat wrong, or if you eat something that's not healthy or it's not made the proper way, you're taking away from your pure energy. You think of that song from the 80s. I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind. So by partaking of things, by going to 3-hour church, by reading the scriptures, by going and doing things, we are actually taking away from our life. So tithing is a life destroyer. Tithing, serving, in certain instances can be bad for you. But it's like food, like eating food puts a burden on the body. All of your body's energy has to go into digesting the food, processing it, going through the liver and the spleen, and filtering, what is it, the kidney. And so we end up getting weak because we're partaking. And I've learned that the less we eat, the more life we have. In other words, you eat the most minimal, you eat what you need. And it's the same for drawing back. We should draw back from everything in life in order to live authentically. So by participating in religion, we are actually taking away from our own soul. And we see this in the Mormon church with bishops and stake presidents and mission presidents. It's like, are they doing art? Are they starting their own companies? Are they writing books? Are they writing plays? Are they having exponential growth in freedom? Are they learning new ideas? Are they joining new groups? Are they having new experiences? No, they're not. They're experiencing more of the same. And it's unconscionable in this day of the internet. Members of the church should be learning new things all the time, new skills, new talents. What is the church here for? Oh, what is it here for? Oh, it's to help you get to heaven. Well, it's almost like heaven is a thing that if you focus on it and you make it your daily goal, you actually end up watering down your mortal life, your second estate, as the Mormons would call it. You actually end up making your life dumb or boring or bland because you're focusing on heaven. Because think about it, heaven is a place, and it's not changing. It's constant. It has God there and Jesus, and it has all the good Mormons there. So if you focus on something that's never changing and is always there daily, you yourself might never change. Because you don't wake up tomorrow and think, oh, I need to learn about heaven because I don't know what heaven's about. No, you know what it's about. But if you wake up tomorrow and say, I need to learn how to make a steel sword, well, you have to go and have someone teach you, and you have to go through the process. You're going to have a busy day, and it's going to change your life. See what I'm saying there? It's because Mormons they're not a very exciting people. They're not a diverse, well-educated, experienced people, because they're not doing anything new. They're not learning anything new.